going, guys? Sorry if I sound a little bit congested. I've been dealing with sinuses here recently, and I can't get rid of a stuffy nose. But today we're going to be looking at 28 Years Later Bone Temple. I got a chance to check it out. This is my first time watched through all of these movies. Whenever I seen this on the list of sequels coming out, I thought I better finally go ahead and watch these movies. So I watched 28 Days Later first, obviously, and I don't know if it was because that movie's been so hyped up for me. I've heard a lot of hype about that movie in past years too. Just everybody thought it was like the greatest zombie movie ever. I don't know if it was that or something else, but I did not enjoy it. Pretty like not much at all. Um, then I checked out 28 Weeks Later, which I've had on DVD forever, and I liked it a lot more. Kind of got a little bit excited, thinking maybe this series has something to offer. And then I checked out 28 Years Later, and I really liked that as well. Probably not as much, but I still really liked it, and I was very curious on what they're going to do with this one, Bone Temple. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they brought in a different director for this one. Her name is Nia DaCosta, the one that directed this one, and I've never heard of her. I don't think she directed 28 Years Later. I think that was a dude that directed it. As a matter of fact, I think it may have been the original director of the first one that came back and did it. But she impressed me because I really liked this movie. I It picked up right after, or continuously, right after 28 Years Later, and we get to follow basically two different stories. You get the boy, which I for some reason I can't think of his name right off the bat. Let me look at the cast here. Tom. You get to follow Tom and his journey with this new group that he ran into at the end of 28 Years Later, which turned out to be a really interesting storyline. And then the other storyline, which was my favorite, was following Dr. Ian Kelson. And I think Ralph Fiennes, if that's how you say his name, I think he did amazing in this movie. Definitely the standout performance, along with uh, I think it's Lewis Perry, the actor that plays the Alpha, aka Samson. Absolutely loved those both of those performances. They took away the movie. They were the light of the movie and my favorite part by far. I love the storyline. I love the connection that they had. Just the whole journey that they go on. I'm trying not to spoil the movie very much for those who haven't been able to go check it out yet. But I absolutely loved that storyline, and then the storyline with Tom and this group of the Jimmies turned out to be really sinister, cool to follow, and just action packed, almost action packed throughout the entire movie. There's not very many dull spots at all, and I liked the character development, if you will. I hate saying that, but the character development of the little boy I thought was pulled off better in this one than the last one. I liked 28 Years Later, but I felt like at the end of that movie, it kind of was almost felt a little bit rushed. He almost accepted the death of his mom too soon. I felt like it was like 1 second he's like absolutely not screaming and yelling and throwing a fit, and then like 30 seconds later he's kind of like cool with it. I thought that was kind of weird at the end of 28 Years Later. It's done a lot better in this one, I feel like, when he's kind of just dealing with the dread and the loss of his mom and being on his own, being captured by this super weird group that's trying to turn him into something that he is not, and how he's kind of dealing with that, how he's trying to get out, how he's um, kind of trying to manipulate them to a certain extent whenever they kind of run in with Dr. Ian Kelson. And that whole performance, by the way, I'm not going to spoil it at all, but that run in whenever these two storylines kind of meet is so good. Probably maybe the best part of the movie. I absolutely loved that whole scenario, basically the third act. And again, the Alpha Samson. I thought he he's a big part of this one. He was a pretty big part in the first one, but he's a much bigger part in the second one, and it is really cool to watch. Um, I don't even want to say why he's a big part of it because I feel like that even might be a spoiler that I don't want to spoil. for anybody, but the reason he's a big part, I love, and the just journey that he goes on with that the Alpha goes on with Dr. Ian Kelson is really, really action packed and cool. I don't know if I'd say action packed. I'm trying to just say it without kind of spoiling it, but very, very cool storyline that they went with uh, on that. The film looks good. It looks really cool. Looks on par with 28 Years Later. Very, very similar to 28 Years Later. I mean, it's almost like it could have been directed by the same person. And again, I might be wrong on that. They might have, but I feel like this is a different director. And then the whole the group of the Jimmies, I really liked the character of Jimmy Inc. They're calling her, which is Erin Kellyman. I thought was really good. She kind of forms this bond with Tom in the movie, and kind of seems like she kind of wants to get out too. She doesn't fully accept what they're doing with this group, and even though she's a big part of it and she goes along with everything, it almost seems like she definitely understands where Tom's coming from and why he doesn't want to be involved, and almost kind of tries to help him a little bit. I really like their friendship and their connection throughout the movie. And then uh again, not going to spoil anything, but the last snippet at the very end of the movie, that we get a little sneak peek maybe for what's coming. Loved it. Really cool. I can't wait to see what comes next, to be honest. I'll probably do a ranking of these movies, and that way I can really decipher which one is my favorite. But these new ones definitely come near the top, and I can't wait to see what comes next. I'd give Bone Temple a 4 stars. If you follow on my letterbox, you already seen that. But very enjoyable zombie movie, very unique zombie movie. Not really focused on zombies, but there's definitely some zombie action, and just a unique take. We're getting a lot of zombie movies, it feels like, recently, and there's another one coming out later in the year a little bit. This one was a really unique take, really cool take. Continued the story of 28 Years Later beautifully, I thought. Literally from it, I mean, you could watch 28 Years Later and this one back to back. It flows into it like Halloween and Halloween 2. And I love when sequels do that. So and pull it off good. So really liked Bone Temple. Definitely go check it out in theaters. It's only in theaters right now. Check it out. This one deserves a theater watch for sure. And this is the first release of 2026 that I'm probably certain that I'm going to pick up the Blu-ray or 4K whenever it comes on the shelves. So definitely like 28 Years Later. It's a 4-star film to me. Let me know what you guys thought of it if you've checked it out, and what you guys want to see next in the series. I don't really have much predictions. I don't have much wants. I just want to see what they do with it. So if you haven't seen 28 Years Later, Bone Temple, go check it out and come back to the video. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you next time.